Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. In this video today, I'm going to be sharing with you my complete custom tactic and player instruction setup that I've got right now. All the formations, all the tactics. So far, I have played 4 weekend leagues during Prem Tots. I've hit 18 and 2, 19 and 1 twice, and 20 and 0. So these tactics are legit. I've perfected them, I've tweaked them. I'm really happy with how they're playing. And I think they're going to help you guys deliver great results. They've got a variety of different ways you can play. And in this video, I'm going to talk through all the tactics, show you exactly how you set them up, how you use them, the type of players you want in game. And then in a few days, after weekend league's completely done, I will do a video where I go over the tactics very briefly, but show the gameplay and how I'm actually using it in game. But I really like the tactics that I've set up. I was playing 5-4-1 for the most part, and then I found it's very good defensively, but just didn't suit how I wanted to attack. So the main way that I'm playing right now, you can see, is in the 4-3-2-1. However, I am still using the 5-4-1 and 3-4-2-1, just in different ways. So the main formation that I play most of my game in is the defensive one. It is not defensive. I don't know why EA call it. It should just be gameplay, game plan 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. But for me, this is what I start in. So the 4-3-2-1. The way I set it up, you'll see on the instructions, is I have one full back step to stay back. In this, it's Reece James. I have one full back on balanced overlap. That's Captavia. And then the centre back's course stay back. And what I do in game is I have an overload on one side, but I'm not caught out where being two attacking my fullbacks push up. I still have 3 defenders back. And then defensively, this is important when it comes to the instructions. This sets up like a 4-4-2 when you're defending. You can counter-attack with 2 strikers, but then you have 3 attackers to be able to attack with as well. Make lots of great runs. I just find the 4-3-2-1's amazing going forward and just suits how I want to play. In terms of the players you want, for the attackers, pace and as much as possible 5-star. 5-star makes a big difference. For the midfielders, the middle centre mid is going to be the anchor man. He needs to be quick, good at defending. Ideally be a decent on the ball and be able to pass. That allows you to counter-attack better. Then the outside centre mid, you want them to be able to shoot, box to box, honestly be able to do a bit of everything. So this Saka's one of the best in the game for it. Kevin De Bruyne would be a great one, for example. In terms of the tactics, we're starting on balanced defensive style. As a default tactic, I genuinely do think balanced is the best to play most of a game with. I find some people do play press after possession loss the whole game, and it can work, but it does leave you out of position at times and can affect the stamina. I'm going 40 width. I like to be quite compact. Don't really want many through balls down the middle. 50 depth. Nothing crazy there. Balanced direct passing. Now that works really well in game for me, especially with 3 attackers. It pins them back and gives you lots of options. Players in the box 6. For the instructions, now this is very important. On FIFA 23, more so than any FIFA ever, I feel like the instructions really do make a big difference and affect drastically how a formation is in game. So there's 2 ways you can set this formation up. Well, the way we're setting it up is to always make it defend like a 4-4-2, so it's solid defensively. We always put the middle striker on stay central, stay forward. Then it's up to you if you either put the left forward, the left centre forward, or right centre forward on comeback on defence. You put one on comeback on defence and leave the other settings default. If you put in the left centre forward on comeback on defence, he will effectively mark the left wing in game. You would then put the left centre mid and the middle centre mid on cover centre, and then the right centre mid would be covering the right wing. So it's like a 4-4-2. You've got these 2 in the middle, this guy at left mid, and this guy at right mid when you're defending. If you wanted the right centre forward to be the one on comeback on defence, you'd put comeback on defence on him, and then this guy would be on cover wing. So I think you can understand that. For me, I generally want to put my best defensive-minded attacker as the one who's coming back, or the worst out of them. Like, honestly, all these 3 attackers are amazing, so it's not an obvious one. But I'm leaving Kaka and Rashford as the stay forwards. Rashford's one of the fastest players in the game, so it makes sense to have him there. The middle centre mid I put on stay back while attacking. It anchors the team, stops me being too aggressive. And then the outside centre mids are on balanced attack. This one, like I say, is on cover wing so that he can make it like a 4-4-2 in game. Stay back on both the centre backs, of course, and then whichever side I have a comeback on defence on, I put that fullback to overlap. So this fullback's on balanced overlap. If Rashford was on comeback on defence, Reece James would be on balanced overlap, but because he's not, and that side's more attacking, I put this fullback on stay back. It creates a really nice balance in the game, gives you overloads that makes it very hard for your opponent to defend, but it also leaves you defensively very solid. You could put both fullbacks on balanced overlap. I just think it does leave you very vulnerable to counter-attack, so I think the way I've got it set up is a better balance. Now, if I'm losing by a goal or two, and I don't want to go all out yet, I will switch to this version of the 4-3-2-1. So same setup for the most part. 80 depth, press after possession loss is the main difference. We up the whip slightly as well because we're going to win the ball out and try stretch teams. But when it comes to the tactic, it is almost identical. I think the player instructions I've got set up the exact same way. The only difference, though, is that the tactic is on press after possession loss in much higher depth. This is noticeable when you lose the ball. It makes you a lot more aggressive. It gives you a much better chance of winning the ball back. I think we up the players in box by 1 as well. It doesn't look like a drastic change, and it's not huge for the most part, especially when you're attacking, but it really is noticeable how much more aggressive you'll be when you are defending and when you lose the ball. So it's definitely something I would switch to if I was a goal or two behind, need to get back into the game. For that all-out tactic, we are going 3-4-2-1. You can just look at that formation and see how all-out attack gung-ho it is. It is incredible going forward. Defensively, it can be a little bit sus, especially when you all out. We're going constant pressure, 100 depth. Now, you can't play this for long. 30, 40 minutes and your team are going to be absolutely knackered. You have to play it only for a bit. And I only use this like drastic times, call for drastic measures. It will help you get back into games, though. It's very hard for your opponent to defend. It will also leave you very vulnerable defensively or on counter-attacks. But if you can get a cheap goal or two back with this and get back into the game, it's obviously worth the risk. I would go forward runs on this. I just reset it up on this account, so I forgot to put the forward runs. And fast build-up as well, because you want to get the ball and go forward quick. In terms of the instructions, getting behind, stay central, stay forward on all the strikers. I still put comeback on defence on the left mid and right mid. I want them to still help out defensively, but I put them on stay wide, get behind, stay back on one of the centre mids so I'm not completely caught out. Cover centre on them both, though, balanced on the other, stay back on the centre back. And then the last one, I rarely use this, but if I am really, really struggling and my opponent's all over me and I need to see out a game, I will switch to the 5-4-1. And in this, I will. It's very, very defensive how it's set up. I don't drop back. I don't think drop back is very helpful in this game. I think it invites too much pressure and leaves you too open. I go balance build up, direct passing, fairly high width. You honestly could up that width just to keep the ball. And then stay central, getting behind, stay forward on the strike. You still want an outlet. You still want to be able to catch people when they're pressing you and counter them over the top. Cover centre on both the centre mids. I've not got one on stay back. You could do that, but I think you need some options going forward. Come back on defence, stay wide, getting behind on both the wingers. Stay back on the full-back, wing-backs. If you play this as a normal tactic, you'd put balanced overlap on the wing-backs, but because it's just to see out a game, they're defensive. And that is our full tactic setup. Helped us get a lot of great records this weekend. I appreciate everyone who's tuned into the Twitch streams. Let me know how your weekend league's been going, what formation tactic you guys been using, and have you had any good red picks, any good rewards? I appreciate you guys always. Keep it spicy. See you guys in the next one. Peace.